Have you ever accidentally changed someone's entire life? I was just a college student working part-time at a small coffee shop. Every morning, this elderly woman would come in, order a simple black coffee, and sit quietly in the corner. Her hands would shake as she lifted the mug, and she always seemed so alone. One particularly cold morning, I noticed she was wearing a thin jacket. Something about her reminded me of my grandmother, proud but struggling. When she came to pay, I accidentally dropped her coffee, apologized, and made her a fresh one on the house. "I'm sorry about that," I said, sliding a fresh cup across the counter. "Please, take this one." She looked up, her eyes suddenly bright. "That's very kind," she whispered. We started talking. Her name was Margaret, and she'd been a teacher for over 40 years. She'd lost her husband 2 years ago and had been feeling invisible ever since. Weeks turned into months. I'd save her favorite pastry, chat with her during slow moments. Sometimes she'd talk about her students, her hopes, her loneliness. Other times, we'd sit in comfortable silence. One day, she didn't show up. I worried. A week later, I received a letter. Margaret had used her savings to start a scholarship fund for struggling students, inspired by our conversations. She'd left me a note. Sometimes, a moment of kindness is all it takes to remind someone they matter. I never saw her again, but every time a student receives that scholarship, I remember the power of a simple cup of coffee and a listening ear.